Libra, my radiant seeker of truth, something incredibly important is coming your way on Sunday, November 2, and it is not random. This is a divine alignment. A cosmic event is being prepared just for you, and if you're here watching this, it's because the universe wants you to know that your moment is near. Something big will reveal itself, and it will shape your destiny in ways that go far beyond the surface. Let me ask you something bold. Have you ever felt like something was watching over you, preparing you in silence for a moment you couldn't explain? Like you've been standing in front of a door, sensing it was about to open, even though you had no key? If you've been feeling that, Libra, then trust this, that door is about to swing open. And this message today is that key. Right now, the waning moon in Cancer is softening your emotional armor. At the same time, Pluto and the Sun are forming a rare and powerful alignment in your sign. This energetic crossroad is not gentle, it is purposeful. It opens a portal where your finances, your emotional truth, and your spiritual awakening will collide. You didn't find this video. It found you. Whether you felt stuck, in limbo, or lost in decisions that seemed impossible to make, all of it has been a preparation. And now, on November 2nd, some decision is going to ask you to say yes to your next level. You may be afraid, but you will also be ready. So I ask you this, Libra, what brought you here? Was it a repeating number you've seen everywhere? A dream you couldn't shake? A feeling in your chest that this week isn't just any week? Comment below and let me know. Write it down. Speak it. Your words matter. They call energy toward you. They activate alignment. This space here, Zodiac Whisper Tarotus, not about performance. It's about presence. And I'm here not just to read your chart or draw your cards. I'm here to remind you, you are not alone. You never were. And no matter how quiet things have been, heaven has been watching. Sometimes, God moves in whispers. Through signs you almost miss. Through a delay that made you angry. Through silence that felt like punishment but was actually preparation. And now, the silence breaks. Before we go deeper, let me take a sacred moment to thank you. Every like you've ever given, every comment you've left, every time you subscribed or shared this channel, it wasn't just support. It was sacred participation. It's how we build a spiritual legacy together. You are part of something that is not just contented, is communion. And believe me when I say this, Libra, you'll want to stay with me until the very end of today's reading, because what the universe is about to reveal to you is more than powerful, it's life-changing. So, take a breath. Settle in. And ask yourself, what if this Sunday really is the day everything changes? There's a quiet moment in every transformation when nothing makes sense and yet, everything inside you is shifting. Libra, for weeks now, perhaps since mid-October, you may have felt that strange disorientation. Like standing in a room with the lights off, waiting for your eyes to adjust. You felt unsettled, uncertain. As if something is about to arrive, but you didn't know what, when, or how. That was not confusion. That was preparation. You've been intuitively sensing the vibration of change before it could take shape in your outer world. And now, that inner tension is beginning to soften, not because the moment has passed, but because it's about to crystallize into clarity. This is not about reinvention. It's about revelation. You are not becoming someone new, you are remembering who you were before fear told you to shrink. This is why the energy of the Judgment card appears in your field. In tarot, this card is not just about being judged, it's about awakening. It's the moment of inner calling. A soft trumpet that sounds not in your ears, but in your soul. It is the invitation to rise from the places you've outgrown, habits, thought patterns, roles, or identities that no longer serve your becoming. You may not recognize yourself fully right now, and that's okay. Healing rarely looks graceful in real time. Often it looks like breaking down, letting go, or questioning things you once defended. That's not regression, it's recalibration. You are learning to listen to a different voice now. Not the one built from expectations or rules, but the one that speaks in stillness. The voice that says, I am enough, even when you don't feel productive, perfect, or certain. This moment is sacred because it's honest. It doesn't ask you to prove anything. It asks you to be real. To strip away the layers you've used to survive, so you can finally meet yourself with tenderness and truth. And yes, that requires courage, not the kind that looks bold on the outside, but the kind that whispers, keep going, even when you don't see the way forward. We often think that change comes when we fight harder. But what if, Libra, your next level comes through softness instead? Through surrender? Through finally letting yourself feel what you've buried for years? Think of the caterpillar. Before it becomes a butterfly, it turns into something formless, just a bundle of potential inside a cocoon. There's no rush in that process. No shortcut. And no one from the outside can open that cocoon for it. The wings form in the dark, and the emerging comes when the inner pressure becomes stronger than the fear of flight. That is where you are right now. On the edge of emergence. This is also where faith plays its part, not blind belief, but rooted trust. Trust that your journey is not a mistake. Trust that even what's been broken inside you has been used as holy material for your rebuilding. In those moments when your strength feels small, remind yourself, you are not alone. You never were. Life, in its quiet grace, has always been holding you. And sometimes, the delays and closed doors were not punishment but protection. What you're stepping into requires space. And to receive it fully, you must be willing to release what no longer fits. You don't have to rush this part. But you do have to honor it. So ask yourself truthfully and gently, are you willing to meet the version of yourself that's been waiting for you all along? And if your heart says yes, then write it. Affirm it. Share it. Let your words become the first bricks of the new foundation you're building. Because this is more than a reading. It's your personal renaissance. And you're not just watching it happen, you are the one choosing it. Something subtle has already begun to shift in the realm of your resources, Libra. You may not see it yet, but the vibration is changing. There is movement, momentum, and material opportunity aligning behind the scenes, and the universe is preparing to hand you something tangible. The energy of the Ace of Pentacles in your field speaks of new foundations. Not fleeting rewards or surface-level wins, but deep-rooted stability that grows with time. This is the kind of blessing that feels like soil under your feet after walking too long on uncertainty. You've likely been doing the inner work, adjusting your values, questioning your habits, learning where your energy goes and how to honor what's truly worth your time. That effort is not in vain. In astrology, When Pluto aligns with the Sun as it is now in your chart, it asks us to strip away the false constructs of worth and security we've clung to. This moment isn't about chasing more, it's about becoming more grounded, more intentional, more aware of the richness already inside you. The numbers 2, 11, and 22 appearing around this time aren't coincidence. In numerology, 2 represents harmony and duality, the balance between giving and receiving. 11 is the master number of insight, alignment, and spiritual guidance. And 22, the builder number, reminds you that dreams need blueprints. Together, they signal that you're being invited into alignment with your financial purpose, not just for survival, but for legacy. This is the time to not only receive, but to plan. To think beyond just getting by. What systems do you need to put in place to support your future self? Whether it's creating a more conscious budget, tracking your spending, or setting gentle goals for saving and investing, these seemingly small steps hold powerful energy. They are declarations of belief in your own abundance. Try starting small. On Sunday, November 2nd, write down one financial goal, not from a place of pressure, but from possibility. Write it like a seed, not a demand. Perhaps it's, I allow money to flow in supportive, sustainable ways, or I am ready for aligned financial opportunities that respect my values. When you speak or write your goals with clarity and gentleness, you begin to magnetize what fits. This is also a good moment to take care of your mind and body so you're fully present when the door opens. Support your brain and nervous system with simple foods that promote clarity and calm: walnuts for your mind, green tea for steady energy, oats for grounding. Take a moment to breathe deeply in silence before answering an important email, returning a phone call, or considering an offer. These small rituals matter. They clear the internal space needed to hear your own wisdom, so you can say yes to what truly resonates. And in all of this, don't forget, abundance doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it enters quietly, an opportunity that feels too ordinary to be divine, a connection that doesn't announce itself but holds long-term promise. Learn to pay attention to the subtle gifts. God often moves in what seems small. In a closed door that reopens, in a delay that turns out to be protection, in the whisper that tells you, this feels right. When you honor what's here, what's real, what's enough, you begin to stretch into receiving more. Not from fear. Not from desperation. But from grounded expectancy. The Ace of Pentacles doesn't shout. It roots. It steadies. And it invites you to do the same. So as we move into this next part of your reading, ask yourself this: what are you ready to receive, not just with open hands, but with open intention? What can you plant now that your future self will thank you for? Let the answer be your next step. Not all endings come with warning signs. Sometimes, they arrive in silence and shatter what felt familiar, not out of cruelty, but out of deep mercy. Libra, if you've been holding on to something or someone out of habit, fear, or a quiet ache for safety, this is your sacred moment to pause and ask yourself whether that connection still honors who you are becoming. The combination of the Tower and Judgment in your current energy is not accidental. It's an invitation, albeit a disruptive one, to see clearly what has been holding you back, even if you once called it love. The Tower doesn't destroy without reason. In astrology, the Tower moment is much like a Uranian shakeup, sudden, sharp, but liberating. It topples the illusions we've built our security upon. Judgment then arrives not to punish, but to call your soul forward. It asks, what truth have you been silencing just to keep the peace? What have you tolerated in the name of loyalty that now feels like quiet betrayal of your own heart? This part of your journey isn't about blaming anyone. It's about seeing clearly. And sometimes clarity doesn't come as a peaceful realization, it comes like lightning, sharp and irreversible. You may realize the person you've held on to no longer sees you. Or perhaps you recognize that you've been shrinking yourself to stay acceptable, lovable, easy to be with. But your spirit, Libra, was never meant to be small. Your soul does not belong inside the walls of another person's comfort zone. Often, we stay in relationships because we fear the emptiness that might follow. But the truth is, staying in what's wrong for you slowly hollows you out anyway. You deserve love that does not require your silence. You deserve connection that nourishes, not depletes. The Judgment card reminds you that this moment, this release is not punishment. It's a call back to your truest self. What if letting go wasn't failure, but freedom? What if the person you're becoming simply cannot thrive in the space you've outgrown? You are not meant to carry guilt for outgrowing someone. Growth is not betrayal. And love, real love, should evolve with you, not demand you stay where you once were. So, as this energy unfolds, I invite you to write down what needs releasing. Don't just think it. Put it on paper. Let your body, your breath, your words participate in the healing. Even if it's simple, I release what no longer supports my peace. Or, I forgive myself for staying too long. These words matter. They open doors that were stuck closed. And as you step into that unknown, remember this: healing doesn't always feel good at first. It can feel like loss, confusion, even fear. But it's also the beginning of emotional integrity, the moment when your inner world stops pretending and starts aligning. You don't have to explain your journey to anyone. Your clarity is enough. There are times in life when divine timing interrupts us for our own protection. I've seen it happen in quiet moments when someone was ready to walk away, and then a message arrived, a door opened, a miracle unfolded. Not because they forced it, but because they finally made space for what was true. Sometimes the greatest act of love you can give yourself is to walk away from what no longer reflects your worth. Not with anger. Not with blame. Just with quiet conviction that your heart deserves more. So ask yourself gently now, are you holding on because it's still right, or because it's still familiar? Your soul knows the difference. Let that be your guide. And if you feel the trembling of release, know that it is sacred. What falls away now only makes room for what will rise, and what will rise is exactly what you've prayed for in the dark. Some connections are not meant to be found, they are meant to be remembered. Libra, if you've been sensing the quiet hum of something drawing near, a presence that feels strangely familiar even in its absence, this may be your sign. The Lovers and Two of Cups have entered your field, and with them, the unmistakable vibration of soul-level love. But here's the truth many overlook: these cards don't predict someone else's arrival. They reflect your readiness to receive. And readiness isn't about timing on the clock, it's about the state of your heart. We often imagine love as something we chase, something that arrives when we're finally perfect, healed, or impressive enough. But that's not how soul-aligned love works. It doesn't arrive on demand. It appears when you begin living from the energy of wholeness, not because everything is fixed, but because you've stopped looking for someone to fix it for you. Like a flower that blooms only when the sun is warm enough, real love shows up when your self-acceptance has ripened into inner warmth. The law of attraction reminds us that we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So when you're constantly looking for someone to complete you, you're sending out a frequency of lack. But the moment you begin loving your own imperfections, holding space for your own process, cherishing your own voice, your frequency shifts. You stop seeking, and you start drawing in. That's where the magnetic field of real love activates. That's where the lovers becomes not just a card but a mirror. Your twin flame, your divine counterpart, your sacred partner, whatever you choose to call them, cannot meet you in your avoidance. They meet you when you finally meet yourself. Not in fantasy. Not in the future. But right now, in this body, in this season, in this perfectly imperfect version of you. That's the secret most people miss. Your soul match doesn't come to fill an empty space. They come to witness the fullness you've cultivated within. This is also why, sometimes, love delays. Not because you're unworthy, but because the space it's meant to enter is still being cleared. Emotional clutter, fear-based expectations, leftover hurt, all of it can block the energy of connection from reaching you. But once you begin to release that, even in small ways through journaling, self-compassion, saying no when it matters, you make space. And love, like light, rushes into any space that's been cleaned with care. Colors carry frequency too. During this time, wearing or surrounding yourself with shades like ocean blue and soft peach can support your energy. Blue helps regulate the throat chakra, encouraging honest communication with yourself and others, while peach connects to the heart, gently reminding you that love can be kind, not chaotic. Try lighting a candle in these colors, or even choosing clothing that holds these vibrations as a subtle affirmation. I am open to love that meets me in peace. And if your intuition has been whispering that someone is on their way, that perhaps there is already someone circling the edges of your awareness, honor that. It may not be clear yet, but if your soul feels the tug, it's because something is already in motion. Energy precedes form. Love often arrives in layers before it takes shape in front of you. If this resonates, let yourself speak it. Comment and affirm, I am ready for my soul-aligned love. Not as a wish, but as a declaration. When you name what you're open to, the universe has a way of responding. You're not just calling in someone else. You're calling in the most sacred version of your love story, the one where you are no longer waiting, but already walking in alignment with what you once only dreamed of. There comes a moment in every transformational journey when the light breaks through, not as a blinding flash, but as a soft clarity that fills everything you've been questioning. Libra, that moment is drawing near. The appearance of the sun in your spread signals more than just joy or achievement, it's the arrival of truth. Not just the truth of situations, but the truth of you. This is why Sunday, November 2nd holds such weight. It's not just a day marked by the calendar, it's a cosmic appointment. A moment already written into the script of your life that carries the potential to reveal, renew, and realign everything you thought you knew about where you're going. What's coming may arrive as a sudden meeting, an unexpected opportunity, or even a long-awaited answer. But its form is less important than its function. It's here to illuminate. And once something is seen in the light of the sun, it can't be unseen. You may realize that something you feared is actually your greatest calling. You may find that what once felt out of reach is now standing directly in front of you. The shift won't always be dramatic on the outside, but it will be unmistakable on the inside. And from there, everything else begins to respond. This is why your preparation matters. Because when the light arrives, you want to be ready, not perfect, not polished, but open. One of the most grounding ways to align yourself in the days leading up to November 2nd is to begin each morning with stillness. A short journaling session, even just 5 minutes, can clear mental fog and anchor your energy. Ask yourself, what do I need to see more clearly today? Let the answers come without judgment. Awareness is the first step to alignment. Pay attention to signs, especially the ones that feel quiet but oddly persistent. Repeating numbers like 222 or 911, flickering lights, a line in a song that suddenly moves you to tears. These are not random. They are signals your subconscious recognizes long before your mind can make sense of them. Don't chase them. Just notice. Trust that what is meant to reach you already knows the way. If you feel called, speak your desires aloud. There's power in your voice. Declaring what you long for is not about demanding, it's about declaring your readiness to co-create with the flow of life. Choose 3 things your heart wants to welcome on November 2nd. Write them down and speak them out loud each morning until that day arrives. You don't need to explain them. Just feel them. Trust them. Let the energy begin to rise. Sometimes, the most beautiful breakthroughs are not the loudest. They come in soft realizations. In peaceful decisions. In the kind of knowing that sits deep in your chest and makes your breath slow. These are the shifts that last, because they're not built from urgency theory rooted in divine timing. If it feels like your life has been leading up to something, Libra, that's because it has. And if part of you is afraid to believe that a breakthrough could be this close, know that fear always shows up right before faith has the chance to take over. Let yourself lean into the possibility that something extraordinary is already unfolding. Because it is. And when Sunday arrives, may you meet it not with resistance, but with quiet confidence that the path was always meant for you. Libra, if you're still here with me at this moment, it's because something in your spirit recognizes the truth behind every word you've heard. You didn't land on this video by accident. You didn't stay until the end just out of curiosity. You stayed because a part of you knows you were meant to hear this. And perhaps even more than that, you were meant to act on it. You've just traveled through a message woven with cosmic alignments, energetic truths, and quiet revelations. So now I ask you, gently but directly, what will you do with everything you've just felt? Will you let it drift away as another inspiring moment that fades by tomorrow? Or will you anchor it in it into something that shifts how you walk, how you choose, how you love, how you believe? The date is not just a number. Sunday, November 2nd is a sacred threshold. And you, dear Libra, are standing at its edge. You can step back into the familiar, or you can lean forward into the unknown with courage, with grace, with a quiet sense of knowing that this time, you're ready. Ready to receive, to release, to rise. But don't just believe because I said so. Look at your own journey. Look at how far you've come. Think about the moments when you could have given up but didn't. About the doors that closed and somehow redirected you toward a better path. Hasn't life been gently guiding you all along? Even in silence? Even in your loneliest nights? And what if, just what if, all of that was leading you here? Take a deep breath, Libra. Let yourself feel the weight of your own readiness. Everything changes when you begin to believe that you are the co-creator of your reality. That miracles don't just happen to other people theory waiting for someone like you to say yes. Yes to healing. Yes to letting go. Yes to showing up. Yes to love. Yes to your own light. You don't need to have all the answers today. You just need one thing, the willingness to move forward from a new place. To trust that even your smallest action is a ripple in the waters of divine timing. So what will your ripple be? Will you write down your 3 intentions? Will you speak them aloud every morning like we talked about? Will you honor your intuition when signs appear, even if they make no sense yet? And most importantly, will you leave a comment right now to affirm it all? To ground your readiness in action? Say it boldly, I'm ready for Sunday, November 2nd. Let the universe hear you. Let your future self thank you. If this message touched your heart, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Not just from a but for yourself. So that you don't miss the next piece of guidance that might come exactly when you need it. And if someone you care about could use a message like this, don't hesitate to share it. You never know whose life might change because of one little light you passed on. From all of us here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, thank you deeply for being here, for showing up, and for holding space for your own becoming. We believe in you. And more importantly, the universe does too. Now go forward with confidence. You're not just watching destiny unfold. You're walking straight into it.